Hey besties, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with Aisha.
Oh my god, I'm looking at your screen.
Each time I make a memory, then I'll try to make it with you.
Hey besties, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with Aisha.
Hi, I am Aisha O'Reilly. I am a mommy, blogger, YouTuber, and influencer, and all of that stuff. Check me out on my channel, Aisha and Life, where I share my real and honest experiences with motherhood and all things baby.
In a very candid way too. I'm gonna go ahead and link Aisha's channel down below, as well as up here. We're gonna be talking about a bit of a serious but not so serious topic. Aisha is pregnant as well. I'm not the only prego monster in here.
You just can't see our belly.
There's two of us. Today we're going to be talking about money saving tips, or tips to save money when you are pregnant. We all know, or maybe not, but babies are expensive. Understandably so. When you're pregnant, you get excited, you want to do all the things and anything that you should and maybe shouldn't do sometimes, but we still throw money at things that we shouldn't be, not all the time anyway. We're going to be focusing on some sort of important topics, and I'm calling it important because these are topics that you kind of have to go through regardless. If you're pregnant, even if you're not pregnant, you can sort of make it fit your lifestyle or your life. The topics that we're going to be covering today is looking at maternity clothes, food, birthing places or hospitals, using a doctor or a midwife, as well as doctors' fees. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the maternity clothes. What would you say are your biggest tips to save money when it comes to maternity?
I think it depends on if this is your first kid or your second. What I've done, because it's my second child now, I just saved everything from the first pregnancy.
That's actually very clever.
I just put aside everything because I was like, I know that I do want to get pregnant again, so I put everything, aside. I'm wearing the same clothes as a few years ago.
Yeah.
There are obviously a lot of people like, oh, just wear normal clothes. But I guess it depends also on how your body changes. So there are places where you can get maternity clothes, that will fit you nicely. But there are still things that you can wear. Like the outfit I'm wearing today, none of it is maternity.
Yeah, and it looks really good.
Thank you.
And comfy.
It is comfy. The thing that I think a lot of maternity brands get you on is like maternity cardigans and maternity coats. And I'm like, you don't actually need that. So I think it's just a case of being smart about what maternity items that you will actually buy.
I think one of the biggest things a person should do is to actually figure out what it is you need. Yeah, because we get caught up in the whole, I need maternity clothes. And I say need very carefully, because that's what we say. You don't give yourself the time to look for options and look at what you can do. Like, look, now you're wearing a crop top. Even I didn't think that a crop top would work, because you never think of that. You're thinking maternity cardigan, maternity jeans, because it slapped maternity in front of the name. You think that's what you need to get.
Try and go to just normal stores as much as possible.
If you need to buy maternity jeans, go for it, but you don't have to buy 7 maternity jeans. You can very well get through your whole pregnancy with 2 maternity jeans, and you'll be fine.
And just save it for the next one, so you don't have to buy them again.
And also another tip is to accept hand-me-downs. If you know a friend who has had their kids, they're done having kids, ask them if they're willing to give you down some stuff. Don't say no without trying it out.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that one.
I feel like we live in a society where it has to be new, it has to be mine. So if Aisha has worn it before,
I'm not gonna wear it.
That's not good enough for me. And then we end up spending twice as much money than we would have if we just took that hand-me-down and washed it, and then Bob's your uncle.
Very true. Tops I think are much easier to get away with that aren't specifically maternity, so you can wear things that are a bit loose, stuff that flows. I have a lot of tops that I'm wearing that I bought before I got pregnant, and it just flows over my belly nicely. I know that H&M, Mr. Price, and Superbalist are all normal stores that have a maternity range, and then their prices are pretty much the same as their other clothing.
Let's talk about food and diet. We all know that when you're pregnant, you tend to crave things that are out of the normal, and for some weird reason, you always want to eat things that you don't have in the house.
I just have a couple of tips, like buy bulk. Now I'm saying that, I'm like, but then what if you end up eating everything?
Which is possible.
Buy bulk where you can. If they have like a 3 for 2 thing, go for those. Buy stuff that's gonna expire the next day. Saves a lot of money.
And the good side with that one is, if you're craving it today and you're buying it today, you're gonna eat it today.
Exactly.
Try and plan ahead. If you know that you are gonna be at work, plan ahead, because that's gonna help you not spend money on takeout. I fell into the trap of Uber Eats during my first trimester, and let me tell you, I look back and I'm like, are you kidding me? Had I taken the time to plan ahead and actually be smart with my meals, I wouldn't have spent all that much money.
And also send your husband to do the groceries so that you don't buy anything that's not on the list.
when it comes to birthing places and hospitals. One of my biggest tips when it comes to that is to shop around, because we have options. You don't have to necessarily be in a hospital to do a natural birth. Explore your options, look at what you have, decide what you want. We've lived through the age where you were told like, oh, you're pregnant, you have to go to the hospital, or oh, you're pregnant, this has to happen, and then you sort of like just go with the flow.
Yeah, and like you said, you just need to read up on it.
Yeah,
know what your options are.
There's a lot of places you have the option to have a home birth. You can go to a birthing center. If you want, you can go the traditional route and go to a normal hospital. You can go to a public hospital. We don't even have public hospitals around here, honestly.
Around here?
Yeah. It's sad, but it's limiting in a way. Honestly, when I had K-Bear, I gave birth in Joburg, but then I went to my parents, and so we went to a public clinic in a public hospital, and she turned out fine. Heck, I was taken to a public hospital. I was probably born in a clinic, and I turned out just fine. So just be on the lookout and weigh your options and understand that you have the right to make the decision.
Just to add to that, if you are still very much like, oh, I'm still a bit nervous or whatever, something that we actually did was we relooked our medical aid package, and we checked out you know, what package can we downgrade to that will still cover my birth and all of that, but we're not paying such a high premium for it. Because I think a lot of the times we sign up for packages that we just like, oh, okay, that sounds good, but we don't really necessarily read the fine, not the fine print, but the specific,
and you don't even know if you need it.
Yeah, you might not need it.
And another thing is to understand what you're being billed for. I found a lot of times, especially when Kavia was born, because I was so stuck in the whole I need to do what they tell me, I ended up paying for so many things that were not necessary. So be aware of the extra hidden charges that are not necessary, that they will bill you for if you don't ask.
Yeah.
Another topic, doctor's fees.
I actually needed this.
Yeah, it's crazy because like you said, when you're pregnant, it's such a vulnerable time. You always assume that you need a doctor, and the first doctor you get, you're like, that's it, I'm gonna hang on like a leech to this person until I have my baby.
Right.
And every word they say, you take it as gospel.
Yes. But as a first-time mom, what else are you gonna do?
That's true. You know, the sad thing is we still get caught up in that vicious cycle even when you're not a first-time mom. Because I was with Aisha delivered my first baby. I want to go back to Aisha. I'm caught up in that circle, to be honest. My third baby is going to be delivered by the first doctor who delivered K-Bear.
Yeah.
Like the same doctor who delivered all my kids.
You trust them.
But to be honest, it's best to do your research. I did my research first. At the time, back when K-Bear was born, she was the most affordable with the doctor's appointment fees. And so I feel like taking the time to not only research the doctor's fees, because doctors don't charge the same price. You find doctors that charge 200% more than your medical aid bill would cover. So you would still pay the extra cash off of your pocket even though your medical aid is covering the money. Some of them don't even affiliate with medical aids. So you have to pay cash regardless. And when you're lucky, your medical aid will give you the money back. So doing that research and understanding that, okay, this doctor charges 1.2 for the appointment, this one charges 800, but also understand what you get.
Yeah.
Sometimes a doctor will charge you 1.6 and you sit there and all they want is your urine sample. You don't even get to see your baby. You know what you're paying for. It's sad because I didn't do this when I was pregnant with K-Bear. I literally used to take what I was told, like, oh, that needs to happen. Fine, let it happen. Here's my money while you edit. But then with Peanut, I got smart and I was like, why do I need that? Do I have to do that? Is it necessary?
Once you get to the second or third baby, you're like, okay, you know, we've done this before. It's not that necessary. I totally agree with you, and I actually had to ask Olaf, like, how do you save on doctor's fees? And can you share that tip?
Oh yeah, another thing that we do is we space out our doctor's appointments. So usually when you're pregnant, the doctor will tell you, I need to see you every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
However, if you're not high risk pregnancy, you don't have to see the doctor every 4 weeks, because honestly, when you get to the doctor's office, you chat about, so how have you been feeling? Wow, this thing is flying. So the doctor will ask you, so how have you been feeling? Is there anything different? Okay, let's go see the baby.
Yeah.
And then
1.6 minutes.
Done, money gone. So I usually ask, do I have to see you in 4 weeks? Is it necessary? What are we going to be doing? And I ask my doctor, what's the next appointment about, so that I know and I can gauge for myself, oh, if we're going to be doing the same thing we just did now, it's not really necessary. I'm not high risk pregnancy. So instead of having 4 weeks appointments, I make it every 8 weeks. And that's how I do it. And with us, we're lucky because we even have a midwife. So I see my doctor pretty much 3 times throughout my whole pregnancy.
Okay, yeah.
This time I've seen her way more than I would have loved, Peanut, because it was the whole decision. When are we having the baby? What are we doing? You had Peanut the other day. What's the plan? What's going on here? But that's how we saved a lot of money with Peanut. We saw her 3 times throughout the whole pregnancy, and we spaced out the appointments.
Hey. I think that's such a great tip. When you shared it with me, I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I almost felt silly for not doing it this time around, because I'm just like, yeah, actually you're right. I think it is playing on that vulnerability and that worry that you're just like, I just want to make sure that I'm okay and baby's okay.
You don't really need to have Holy scan at all.
Don't.
There's a lot of things you don't need to do when you're pregnant. They just make it look like you have to do it, but you actually don't, for as long as you're not high risk pregnancy. Think about it. Our parents,
they never had any of
they never had any of it. Heck, they found out the day some of us were born that, oh, it's a girl. You know, and we're just fine. We all turned out okay, so you don't need these things.
Look, I think if you have the money,
then do it.
But if you're tight, if it's a bit, you know, it's a bit rough, then there's certain things that you can definitely let fall away.
Cut back on. Choosing a doctor or a midwife. I feel like it goes hand in hand with the doctor's fees one, purely because the money you pay for the midwife is far less than the money you pay for the gynae.
How much? Because I've never had a midwife.
My gynae's appointments are 1.6 each time. My midwife is 600.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not even 50% of what I pay.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Each time.
And the appointments are an hour and a half long for $600. More than half the time, midwives have doctors they work with, so they can recommend somebody for you to go to see if you need to see a gynae. So, you know, when it's delivery time, your midwife sort of just hooks you up. Always remember that you have options. You can use a midwife, and they're more affordable. They're very well experienced as well, and they will be the first ones to obviously recommend a doctor if you need to see a doctor. They will never just sit there and just let you or your baby suffer through things and not say anything. They'll send you to do blood works as you would with your gynae.
Right. Okay, so something that for me also popped out, like just another way to save money, because we still women and we still want to look cute. So I know that we spend a lot of money on hair and beauty and stuff still. Just a tip on saving money when it comes to those kind of costs: opt for style that you can wear for a long time. So things like cornrows, for example, don't last a long time, but single braids do. A wig is a great, that's going to be my protective style after I have this baby. I'm just gonna slap on the wigs, because then I don't really need to go anywhere to actually get that. I just put it on. If you know how to cornrow your own hair or like put it into small braids yourself, you're gonna save money that way. So the only time that you're spending money is the initial purchase of the wig, and then that's it. Or if you have wigs around already, just do that. And then if you have a friend who can do hair, just ask her to help you out.
Never be afraid to ask for help.
Just ask.
And you learn more when you ask for help, because somebody might have a brilliant idea to counter what you were proposing. So just never be afraid.
Exactly. I've already learned so much, like just doing this video.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please go ahead and leave in the comment section down below, what are your tips or tricks for saving money while you're pregnant? Raising kids is expensive.
We need all the help we can get.
We really do. And it starts from the minute you take that pregnancy test. Be mindful of what you spend your money on. Make it a need, like a real need, instead of like a want to need kind of thing. And if you can, use cash. It's so hard to let go of cash. I've learned that now. When you swipe it, they give back your card. You're like, I still got my card, I got this.
When you see the money actually go. That's so true.
When you give them the cash, then you realize, I gave you $100 and I'm getting 3 rands back. Are you kidding me? Then it stinks. Then you start to realize, like, whoa, no, this is not working out for me. And then you save money. So try and do that. Let us know down below what you've done to save money. Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to check out Aisha and her channel, and I'm gonna link the video that we did together for her channel. We actually did 2. So go ahead and check those out. They'll be down below as well as up here somewhere. Thumbs up if you watched this far, and don't forget to subscribe. And until then, we'll catch you besties on our next video.
Bye besties.